Today's installation is a fireside chat. I think my cat wants to get in on this one too, so let's see. Come on, say. Coming? She is. All right, let's see if we can do this with the cat on my lap. All right, there's 3 things I wanted to cover today. You're probably wondering, how did Betsy do at Weight Watchers yesterday? Or actually it was today, but you're seeing it tomorrow. Secondly, you're wondering, what did I learn about the new Weight Watchers 360 program? What's up with that? Is it any good? Was I impressed? How was the meeting? So I'll share that with you. And thirdly, immediately after that meeting, I went to a luncheon. And as I told you before, I saved points up. So what do you do when you go to a luncheon? I'll share a few tips. I'll tell you what I chose to eat, what I didn't eat, and how it went. I'm pleased to report I am on track. So first of all, let's talk about the meeting today. What happens when you go to a Weight Watcher meeting? If you've been to one before, what you do is you go in and the first thing you do is stand on a scale and they very quietly take your weight and then you walk away. And they don't actually tell you necessarily what you lost or gained or whatever. It's very discreet. So anyway, I got on the scale. I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen, but I will tell you I had been really, really disciplined last week. In fact, when I look at my points for the week, I had an extra 20 of my weekly bonus points that I didn't use, and I didn't use a single one of my exercise points, and I had earned 48 exercise points for the week. So basically I went through a week staying with the plan, and I came out with 68 points that I did not use that I could have used. That's a frickin' amount of food, ladies and gentlemen. So what happened on the scale? Well, here's the mixed news. I got on the scale and it was exactly the same as last week. Exactly. Now granted, I'm wearing a different outfit, but still. Am I upset? Maybe a little bit. Am I discouraged? Absolutely not. Here's the deal. Sometimes it takes a little longer for your body to respond to the changes you're making. And I know that's the case with me. I've been doing this long enough. I guarantee you next week, my behavior from this week is going to show up. How do I know that? I just know that. And that assumes that I stick to the plan, okay? So this isn't a temporary thing. This is living it. I actually have to admit to you, I didn't suffer at all this week, and maybe if there was one mistake I might have made, it could be that I didn't eat enough. Can you believe that? Because your metabolism starts shutting down when you make a drastic change in the number of calories that you eat per week and the kinds of calories you eat. So, all of you out there, you're adjusting to a new program. And understand that maybe your results are going to show up next week, not this week. Is that a reason to stop this week? Absolutely not. Stay the course. That's why we're doing this. That's why I'm here for you too. All right. So the next thing I want to talk with you about is how the meeting was. Brand new program. Points Plus has not changed at all. I was pleased to see so many people at the meeting today because people are really curious. What did we learn? There's really 2 new things about the Weight Watchers program, and those 2 new things are, number 1, they have a new discussion about spaces, and spaces has to do with your house, your car, your cupboard, creating places at work and at play and where you hang out that are clean and ready and prepared for you as a Weight Watcher and a healthy person. So that means cleaning out the cupboards, that means having a snack in your car, that means a lot of different things, and they're just getting into it. And the second piece that's new that is really exciting to me is called routines. Now, I'm trying to teach you a few routines, like making a good lunch for yourself, like having snacks with you, snacking regularly, taking breaks, getting up and having some exercise every hour. You know, I'll keep giving you tips, but these are basically routines that you work into your life so that you're successful. Sleeping 8 hours a night, or at least 7, is a routine that's very important. I mean, who wouldn't think of brushing their teeth? We do that, we do it, that's what we do. Breakfast, for me, I do it. That's what I do. I always make time for breakfast. So as you adjust to new ways of being extremely healthy, you're going to have to make those changes too. So that's what routines are about. I think they are great changes to the program because really what they're teaching us all is life skills so that we don't get to those weak places where we make bad decisions and do bad things. And it's not bad, it's just what happens. It's getting out of control. Keeping you in control is beautiful. You control it. You're powerful. You are empowered. So I'll keep giving you ideas to keep you in charge, keep you making choices, very distinct choices, not accidental choices, very deliberate choices. Okay, finally, what happened at lunch? Actually, it was a lovely lunch. It was catered by Bucci's. You guys from Cleveland know how good Bucci's is. And it was a buffet. And I'm pleased to report I made good choices. There was no alcohol there, so that was not part of the decision. It was lunchtime too. I don't usually drink at lunch. So what did I choose? And how many points did it cost me? Well, I went through the buffet line. The first thing they had was salad. That's easy. I took salad. I limited the dressing I put on the salad, but I put dressing on and it was good. Try to stick to less than a tablespoon of dressing and you're probably okay. That tablespoon of dressing is probably about 2 points. Next thing, thumbs up, is the entree. They had 2 entree choices. They had a chicken cordon bleu, but it was like a deep fried thing with a cream sauce on it. Cream sauce, probably not a good choice. And the second option was a pork tenderloin with a little bit of like a dress. It was like a dressing. It was hardly a dressing. It was just like mushrooms and stuff. And so I took the pork tenderloin, little bit of dressing, probably less than a quarter cup of dressing, and they had roasted potatoes. I skipped the potatoes, I skipped the rolls, and I had mixed vegetables, a big portion of mixed vegetables. It was delicious. I ate my whole lunch. When I checked my iPhone on pork tenderloin, that's actually a pretty good choice. I probably had about 4 ounces of pork tenderloin, so I called that 4 points based on calculations. Didn't have that roll, so I didn't have to worry about that. The vegetables were probably more than 0 because they probably had some sort of fat on them, so I'll count that as 1. And that stuffing on the tenderloin, I think I counted that as 3 points, even though just in case there was something nasty or bacon in it or something, I counted it heavy. So, you know, and then they had dessert. They had a pastry tray, and they had some chocolate things on there, but they were just about that big. So I took one of those chocolate things, and I decided to try it, and if it wasn't any good, I wouldn't eat the whole thing. Actually, I tried it. It was really good. So I counted that for 3 points. That was probably about right, because it was like a petit four. Had some coffee, and I got out of there. I believe that lunch cost me between 10 and 11 points. So I had a 2-point breakfast and an 11-point lunch, so I'm still on track to have a nice dinner, and I haven't used any of my bonus points yet. Got it? So anyway, getting back to points in general, you know, when I think about what Weight Watchers lets me, as a very short old woman, have per day, it's about 40 points a day if I exercise every day and if I use all of those bonus points. My baseline is 26 points a day. Do the math. 40 points a day on Weight Watchers is actually a ton of food. The key is you don't drink those points, ladies. You don't have wine, okay? Because that's not a good decision. That'll really get you out of control. So you use those extra points for the weekends. We'll talk about dining out, we'll talk about weekends, and we'll talk about those big splurges. I hope this helps today. Have a great experience. Have a great weekend. I love doing this. I hope you're getting something out of it because you're really helping me be healthy right now. And it's wonderful. Thanks.